Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Lico with the Pensacola Chamber Digital Media, and I'm filling in for Sarah today. And I'm excited to have a special guest with us today, Will Ussher, the Campus Recruiting Program Manager from Navy Federal Credit Union. And today we're going to talk about Navy Federal Credit Union, talk about what their purpose is and how they serve the community, and then also to really highlight them just being awarded as one of the top 100 places to work by Forbes. So, Will, welcome to Cultivating Community Conversations, and we are so excited to have you on today.
Thanks for having me, Lico. It's really an exciting time for Navy Federal, so I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, and anyone who lives in the local community down here in Pensacola, Florida, and Escambia County knows how much of a community partner you are and how much of an impact you all have made, just in terms of the opportunities for employment and, all the things that you all have done for the education, public education and the community here. So I'm going to just be quiet and let you introduce yourself, talk about what you do for the organization, and just really talk about Navy Federal Credit Union. So it's all yours, Will.
Absolutely. So once again, thank you for having me today. Really excited to be here. I've been with the Navy Federal family for the last 10 years. Actually, this month is my 10-year anniversary. And I've been working in our talent acquisition department throughout my 10-year history at Navy Federal. Throughout the time, I actually had an opportunity to work at our largest operations campus, which is in Pensacola, Florida. And in 2014, I was in the Pensacola, Florida campus. And around that time, we had, I want to say roughly a couple thousand, it might have been around 4,000 employees. So to give you some context in terms of the growth, right now, we have over 8,400 employees.
Wow.
And our goal is to expand the campus to 10,000 in the future. So it's great for the Pensacola community, in terms of outreach and our presence from a recruiting perspective. We're constantly, in the community trying to recruit the best talent to help support the mission. For those of you that may not be familiar, we are the largest credit union in the world. And our mission is to be the most preferred financial institution serving the military and their families. So we've grown to over 10.3 million members. We've been around since 1933. And over our tenure, one of the best things that we're proud about, and I think is a great perk, especially in this competitive and unique labor market that we're in, is that we haven't encountered any layoffs throughout our history.
And that's since when was the organization founded?
In 1933.
So 1933, I mean, we're almost up to 100 years without any layoffs. I mean, that is definitely impressive. So, with you all being awarded as one of the top 100 places to work, what does that look like for, your team members that are in that daily experience?
That's a great question. So a lot of that has to do with the culture, right? So any candidates that are considering Navy Federal, and when you come on board at Navy Federal, one of the things that I hear from candidates that are on the market looking for employment, as an example, is they want to work for a company that has a specific purpose. And here at Navy Federal, no matter if you are a front-facing team member supporting our call center environment, or if you're working in our marketing department or lending or human resources, we all have one goal, and that is to support our membership base and to be the most preferred institution serving the military and their families. So in the 10 years that I've been at this organization, one of the things that I've enjoyed is, even working in talent acquisition, it's a very family-based environment. And there's a genuine, need to really help each other. So it's a very collaborative environment. We have a phenomenal learning and development department that, full-time employees will have an opportunity to go through orientation, not only learn about the culture of Navy Federal, we actually have a military awareness component of orientation for anyone that may not be familiar about the mission or may not have served. And I think one of the best things about Navy Federal is that, yes, we do recognize our veterans workforce, but you don't necessarily have to have served in the military to really understand the mission.
Yeah, first off, with us being in Pensacola, Florida, we are a military town and we have multiple bases here just in this area. And then we've got some not too far away, like in Fort Walton, Destin area. And, the amount of support that you all provide for the active duty and also retired military. And then, for those who don't know, you actually don't need to, and correct me if I'm wrong, Will, on this, but from what I understand is that you don't need to be active duty or retired. Now you can be actually a family member, immediate family member of someone who has served or is actively serving to also become a member. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, and actually, if you become an employee of Navy Federal, you can become a member as well. So that's an additional perk.
Yeah. Yeah. So now talking about employment, now I think that if someone says, well, I want to go work at Navy Federal, I want to be able to be part of that culture, but they don't have any experience in banking. What kind of opportunities do people have that don't have banking experience? Maybe banking is the wrong term. Maybe I should use like financial services as the terminology. What are some of the other career opportunities that people have?
That's a great question. So when I started at Navy Federal 10 years ago, I didn't have any financial services experience. I actually had recruiting experience, but in a different industry. So it's really dependent on what your skill set is. So as an example, some of our high volume positions we have in our contact center operations department or a lending division of mortgage. So even in those situations, as an example, if you have customer service experience in a variety of different industries and you're able to really apply that on your resume, these are some great opportunities for you to not only start off in that capacity, but for example, in our call center environment, our member service representatives, that is an opportunity that we call a job family promotion position. So you have opportunities as you get more experience, learning more about the products and services that we offer to our members. There's an opportunity for you to get promoted to a higher level member service representative. We also have positions in our mortgage department. If you like a fast-paced environment and working with our lending division, there's opportunities for you to work as a mortgage processor. And then beyond just the call center, we have opportunities in other departments, whether it's savings and membership. All of our positions are posted on our careers page on navyfederal.org/careers. And I'd like to say that our talent acquisition team is very intentional in terms of not only recruiting the best type of talent, but in addition to the opportunities that we have on our careers page, as you mentioned, we're very active in the community. So with Pensacola being a huge military presence, Navy Federal, as a matter of fact, we've actually been authorized to be an authorized employer for the DoD Skill Bridge program, as an example, which focuses on transitioning service members who want to work at an organization essentially until they separate. Our team is actively, we partner with other military bases such as NAS Pensacola to give not only opportunities in terms of that audience, whether it's transitioning service members or veterans, but we also give best practices tips in terms of career readiness and getting service members prepared to make that next step into the private sector. And the same applies for our university partnerships that we have in the community. We have fantastic partnerships over the years, and we're continuing to use that as another way to build new talent from an early career perspective.
Now, you were talking about some of your higher volume departments where I don't know if that was the correct terminology, but your contact center and then also your mortgage lending departments. What kind of experience does someone need to have if they were wanting to join those teams?
Obviously it's based on the requirements on the job description.
Right.
But I think some of the things that, a job seeker can look out for if you have, for example, if you're applying to a position in our call center and you have customer service experience and you're comfortable working in that type of environment, we always encourage you to keep an eye out and apply to those positions. And also it's soft skills too. So, if you've worked in fast-paced environments, you're comfortable working on the phones, whether it's volunteered for certain organizations, anything that's transferable in terms of your skill set, I think could be a good starting point for you working in the call center. We also have other departments outside of the call center. Our information services department has also been recognized as one of the best places to work in IT. So, we have a growing information services department, and there's opportunities from, as they are posted on our careers page, from, ISD engineers to developers. It's really based on the needs of the business at that time.
With your information services department, I think that that's an opportunity that many people may be transitioning from active duty and going into that civilian workforce. And then also, coming out of the schools, or maybe if you are neither one of those types of job seekers, I believe that it's anywhere between 8 and 10% of your workforce is going to be in your information services department, just because so much of what you all do is now technology based. So if you're talking about 10,000 employees for goal setting in Pensacola, then that means anywhere between 800 and 1,000 positions that need to be maintained and filled in just information services department. Now, I'm a tech geek, so that's kind of closer to my heart. But I also know that may not be somewhere that someone would think that they could build an amazing career if they do have experience with networking systems, if they do have experience with application hardware or even software.
Yeah, and the one thing I wanted to just recognize our information services department. Last year during the pandemic, we're still in the pandemic, but around March, April timeframe, our workforce literally had to pivot to remote. And specifically, the information services department had to deploy several thousand employees within a 2-week period.
Wow.
So, they've been tremendous, not only last year, but over the years. And, one thing that we always advise to potential job seekers that are looking, whether it's to get into IT or customer service or analytics, is, Navy Federal is obviously a phenomenal place to work. It is very competitive in terms of the process. So I think the more flexible you are with your career search, and if you have different skills in different areas, if you're able to start at the credit union, our culture speaks in itself in terms of there could be other opportunities over a year or two that you may be able to apply to that's in a different area.
Oh, right.
And you can apply your skills from where you're currently working at within Navy Federal into another department. So, we have rotation programs that we offer. As a matter of fact, one specifically in IT for any internal employees that have an interest in getting into IT. We have so many different opportunities. I mean, it's endless here. That's one thing personally for me. The fact that, I've been able and fortunate to work for a great leadership team that recognizes the values that I've brought to the table here at Navy Federal, and the fact that I'm continuing to hopefully grow as a professional. If you work hard here, the sky's the limit. Opportunities are always going to continue to come across for you individually and as an organization. So.
Well, again, like I said, the name Navy Federal Credit Union is very relevant in many households just in the greater Pensacola area, because so many people that live and work in this community are, helping support your mission there. It's definitely a close to my family. My wife currently works at Navy Federal. My father-in-law worked there. And has since retired. And then I worked there before I came here to the chamber. And, we live close to the campus out in Beulah, and we're able to, see all the amazing progress that you all have done out there, and to see what has happened just in the local Pensacola community in the last, what was it, 2004, I believe. I cannot recall the exact year. 2003 yeah. that the campus had started, just the impact that it has made for the individuals here. And so many people are proud to say that they work at Navy Federal Credit Union. And, when they're going into work or on their lunch break or coming home, and they walk into a business, it's an attention getter when someone sees that logo on their shirt, and people are always asking, hey, how do I get on there? How do I get on there? How do I get on there? And so, that speaks a lot about the culture that you all have cultivated within your organization. And then again, like I said, the community involvement that you all have shown, and you all are excellent supporters of the Greater Pensacola Chamber, which of course we love as well. You all have been involved in, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, which is called the West Florida Defense Alliance. And that's a way, to make sure that we're always providing the best community for our military bases, which is a huge component of our local economy. It's almost 40% of our local economy here, which you all, have to know all of that since you serve the members down here. But this has been a fantastic talk with you, Will, just to learn more about your organization. Hopefully, there'll be someone out there that's watching this now saying, well, I need to go to the website now and I want to join this team, so I can be celebrating with them because I know you all are going to get it again next year and probably the year after that and the year after that, because you've been knocking them out in the years past about being awarded as one of the top 100 places to work. So where can people go?
Absolutely. So you can definitely visit our website on navyfederal.org/careers. And that will give you a list of all of our current openings, positions change just due to our growth. We encourage you to definitely have your resume put together. And if you have experience in multiple areas, don't hesitate to apply to multiple positions. And if you are under consideration, we'll definitely be in touch. It's a phenomenal company. I mean, I love working for this company. We just have a great team mindset. Our leadership team is top notch, and the sky's the limit, as I mentioned before, especially in the Pensacola community. There's so many new opportunities coming out from Navy Federal. We're also focusing on some of our best benefits. We have 7% 401k plan. Navy Federal will match 100% of every dollar you put in. We have pension, medical, dental, and vision benefits. We just incorporated as part of our corporate social responsibility program, where team members can actually volunteer 8 hours of their time to volunteer for any organization of their choice. You have 8 hours of your own personal time off as well. So we're actively involved. For anybody that's active on social media, we also have a social media page, Navy Federal Credit Union. You can learn more about different initiatives, or if you're a job seeker looking for opportunities in the community. As you already mentioned, Liko, we partner with a variety of different organizations focused on the military, as well as recruiting for universities, because we have a variety of different internships that we offer, which is another great way as a talent pipeline for you to apply your expected degree and potentially work in a specific department with the goal of you showcasing your aptitude to secure full-time employment. So it's a great team, and definitely monitor our website, and hopefully we'll see you on campus.
All right. Excellent. Well, Will Ussher, Campus Recruiting Program Manager for Navy Federal Credit Union, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Cultivating Community Conversations. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Liko. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Well, that is it for today. We thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments, but I always recommend to always go straight to the source. Visit navyfederal.org/careers. Did I get that right, Will?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then you can find out more information. We will see you next week on Cultivating Community Conversations. Goodbye, everybody.